Hi, welcome to Art of Yoga with Kat Justice, and this is going to be a yoga sequence designed to help stretch and strengthen and bring health to our feet and ankles, which are a very important part of the body for lots of reasons. They're the part of the body that connects us to the earth, that truly grounds us most of the time. They're also very important for the health of everything above them. So knees, hips, backs, even neck and shoulders. Sometimes pain and dysfunction in those areas can be traced all the way back to the feet. So keeping our feet supple and strong and healthy is really important to the whole body feeling good. So we're going to start out today with some tennis ball massage. So you might want to pause the video and go grab a tennis ball. You can also use like a racquetball or any other kind of slightly squishable ball. I know some people do this with dryer balls, the pokey ones. That seems a little too pokey to me, but you can kind of play it out. Golf balls sometimes can work too. So you can do this either sitting in a chair or standing. So I'll show it to you standing. So you're going to come on up to stand, and you're going to place your foot on the ball, whatever kind you have, and you're just going to bring a comfortable amount of pressure down into the ball. If you feel tippy, like balance is an issue, you can always have one hand on a wall or a high chair back, or again, you can do this sitting in a chair. But you're just going to start to make little circles, and go ahead and start back at your heel, and just feel your heel making little circles, using the ball to kind of massage out the sole of the foot, particularly into the plantar fascia. And then you slowly move it forward. So moving off of the heel, a little more now onto the arch of the foot. If there are tender spots, feel free to back off. You don't have to dig into them. You just want to feel kind of that gentle massage. And I want to thank one of my followers, Dave, for the idea for this video. I thought this is something that I can still do even while I'm pregnant. I can still show a foot and ankle video. So disregard the pregnant belly and focus on your feet. And then after the arch feels good, then you bring it more up to the ball of the foot. So kind of where the toes connect to the foot. And again, just little circles or little left-right movements. Just feeling that gentle massage. And then from there, you're going to bring the ball all the way to the toes. And just take a moment to kind of grab the ball with your toes, almost like you're going to try and lift it up off the floor, just to start to strengthen some of those little muscles in the foot. We won't actually lift any tennis balls. A golf ball you might be able to, I don't know. And then go ahead and switch for the other foot. So as you start with the heel on the other foot, you might notice now the foot that you started with, a little more sensory awareness in the sole of the foot. A little like it's kind of woken up, but it can feel the floor a little bit easier. So just those little circles or back and forth movements. This is a balancing exercise too. And then from there, moving into the arch of the foot. Left, right, little circles. Again, just as much pressure down into the foot as is comfortable. And then from there, moving to the ball of the foot. The toes connect. Working out any little tight spots. And then from there, you're going to come all the way onto the toes. And again, just very gently, feel your toes just kind of grabbing at the ball, as if they could lift it up off the floor. Just waken up those muscles. We actually have almost the exact same musculature in our feet that we do in our hands. Balance. Got a cat running around too. So all those little muscles in the foot are what help to kind of maintain a healthy arch, to hold our foot upright, kind of to hold the, and to support the whole body. So then from there, if we've got a cat who's going through a bag, you can distract them by taking the tennis ball and throwing it towards them, seeing if they leave the plastic bag or the paper bag alone. We'll see. So now we're going to come into mountain pose. So for mountain, we'll start out with the feet hip distance apart. bringing the feet about as wide apart as those pokey bones at the front of your hips. From here, take a moment to close your eyes and just feel your weight naturally shift left to right, front to back, as your body searches for equilibrium. I like to keep my hands at the heart. Some people practice this with the palms facing forward. That's fine too. And as you feel that gentle weight shift in the feet, now think about as if your feet were cars where they would have tires. Those are what we call the four corners of your feet. And what you want to feel is even grounding through all four corners. As you search for your tires or for your four corners, go ahead and lift all 10 toes up off the ground. Feel how when you lift your toes, how that's going to engage the arches of the feet, helping to lift them slightly. And then from there, you're going to let your toes kind of stretch wide and soften down, but keep just that hint of a little lift into the arches of your feet. That lift through the arches is going to wake up the whole leg. It's going to kind of lift through the groin, you're going to keep the knees from locking. And when we have that nice grounding through the feet, that nice lift through the arches, and that waking up of the legs, then we can soften up top. Then our neck, our shoulders, our spine can be light. You can breathe in and out through the nose. The breath can drop down into the belly. And just feeling your breath kind of settle and slow down. And opening the eyes if they were closed. And then let's transition to come down onto our backs. So as you come down onto your back, we're going to do another little stretch for our toes. So go ahead and cross the right ankle over the left foot. From here, you're going to reach for that right foot and you're going to slide your fingers in between your toes. Some people, this is a really difficult position to get into. If you're struggling or you feel like your back or hip are not letting you reach your foot, maybe sitting in a chair might be helpful. So you can do this sitting in a chair too. From here, as you thread your fingers through your toes, some people the toes are really tight, so you might want to do it just a few fingers at a time. You can start with just kind of the first two, and then do the last two, or if it's comfortable, get through all of those toe spaces. And then from there, you can kind of keep the foot as it is, or you can bring it a little closer to you. I like to kind of hold the shin with my other hand, and then just do some gentle circles, circling through the ankle, stretching through the toes, circling through the ankle, a couple times each way, keeping the breath nice and relaxed. And then release. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now you can take the left foot up. Again, if it's uncomfortable, sometimes one side feels okay, but the other side, your back, your hip, or your knee, just saying, no, no, thanks. Then you can do it sitting in a chair. And again, either doing a few toes at a time, or threading the fingers through all of the little web spaces, and taking little circles. Comfortable breath. And then from there, releasing down. And then you can go ahead and keep that left leg bent, or you can straighten it if that feels more comfortable. Either way, you're going to take hold behind the right thigh and stretch the leg up and give the ankle a couple circles. Circling clockwise a few times, counterclockwise. And then from there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to write your name with your big toe. So people like me that have nice short names, it won't take you long, maybe do it a couple times. But you're going to kind of, as if your big toe is a pencil tip, you're just going to carve your name into the sky. So we're taking the ankle and we're asking it to do kind of little fine motor, little tiny movements to try and build a little bit more agility and a little more of those kind of small muscle strength. And those muscles are the ones that help us balance, that keep us from falling. And then release and go ahead and take the other side. So now as you draw the left leg up, the right knee can stay bent or it can straighten. And you're going to take little circles for the ankle. A couple times each way. And then from there, again, write your name, or you can just write the alphabet. Alphabet takes a while though. And again, if you've got a short name like Cat, then write it a couple times. Or write your full name, Cat Justice. And then when you're done, go ahead and take the leg down. From here, just take a nice gentle full body stretch, stretching through arms and legs. And then hug the knees to the chest, rock side to side. And then from there, hi kitty cat. Hello Tibble. You can roll all the way to one side. And just in time, Tybalt arrived for us to do cat pose, or cat and cow. From here on hands and knees, you're going to spread your fingers nice and wide. Feel the whole ground underneath your hands. And exhale, round through the back for cat pose. Inhale, gentle arch to the spine for cow. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, push the floor away, carve out the space in between the shoulder blades. Moving at your own pace, follow your breath. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. From here, go ahead, come up to the top of your mat so you've got space behind you. Tuck the right toes under and slide that right leg back. As you stretch through the right leg, make sure the stretch is coming towards your big toe. So you get a nice deep stretch into your big toe. That's going to help give a deeper stretch to our plantar fascia, to that connective tissue on the sole of the foot, as well as when we stretch the big toe. That's a really healthy movement for the body. When we walk, we need a lot of mobility through our big toe to keep our back in good working order. So getting that nice deep stretch to the big toe can be very helpful. At the same time, think of lengthening through the crown of the head, staying present with your breath. And then to take the other side, gently switch. Tuck the left toes, slide the leg back. Feel the stretch into your big toe. Feel that lengthening through the crown of the head. And then from there, releasing. Now you can step both knees back, just one little scoot. Tuck the toes, pull back through your hips as you lift up, and come into a downward facing dog. It's always okay to keep a little bit of knee bend in down dog. That's just fine. You can go ahead and walk the feet in place so that we're continuing to stretch nice and deep through the ankles, through the calves. Fingers are spread. Use the whole palm of the hand to support you, not just your wrists. As you march the feet up and down, notice if you can see your heels to the insides of your feet. If you can see the heels, try and get them to disappear behind you. And then from there, go ahead and reach both heels up towards the sky. Feel that stretch again through the soles of the feet. And then don't just reach the heels down, but reach the heels down and back, like you're continuing to stretch out that plantar fascia, lengthening through the sole of the foot. Heels disappear. Soften through the head. Knees can always be bent, that's fine. And then exhale, child's pose. Softening the hips back, let the whole body rest. Arms can be forward, or you can fold them under your head, or you can fold them back at your sides. Just resting through the back and the hips. And then from here, you're going to reach forward, tuck the toes. Sorry, it's not cat, Tybalt, it's downward facing dog. We're going to exhale, come back up. Once again, make sure your heels disappear. And now from here, we're going to inhale and lift the right heel to the sky for a half down dog. And you can stay right here just feeling that nice extra stretch into your left heel cord, or for an even bigger added stretch, you're going to tuck your big toe and your second toe around the heel of your left foot, and you're just going to draw down to get a slightly deeper stretch. You might even feel your heel reach to the floor. And then inhale, reach up through the leg, and exhale, stepping forward, and we're going to come into a lunge. As many steps as it takes. You just want to end with that right knee right over your ankle, breathing as you rise up. Reaching through the back heel. What you want to feel in that back foot is not just resting on the pinky toe, but again, find the stretch into your big toe. From here, we're going to really get some strength going in the ankle. On an inhale, straighten the front leg, hands to the heart, lift the back heel. On an exhale, bend through the knee, reach through the back heel, reach through the arms. Moving with the breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to reach. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. And from there, take the hands to the earth and step it back to down dog. From there, to take the other side, inhale, left leg lifts. You can stay there, or you can tuck that big toe, second toe around the heel and give it an extra stretch. Relax the neck, the head. Inhale, lift through the left leg again. And exhale as you step forward, and we'll rise up again into the lunge. If you feel a little unsteady in the lunge, you can always shorten the stance, bringing the feet closer together. From here, inhale, straighten the leg, reach up through the heel. Exhale, shine back through the heel, bend through the front knee. Inhale to lift, feel the stretch into the big toe, and exhale to reach. Once more, inhale and exhale. Nice. On the next exhale, take the hands to the earth and step it back for down dog. And from down dog, go ahead, take child's pose. Drop through the hips. And from child's pose, moving back to down dog, stretch forward, tuck the toes, and lift up and back. From here, bend the knees, walk the hands up to the feet, and then once again, feet hip distance apart, bend through the knees, and we're going to reach up through the heart, through the arms as we rise back up into mountain pose. Soften through the shoulders. Re-find those four corners of your feet. Feel the lift in the arches. Steadying the breath. And then from here, we're going to do something really challenging, really fun, and not always possible. But we're going to try and lift each toe individually. So as you feel that grounding through your four corners, you can go ahead and think just the big toes lift up off the ground. Sometimes that's possible. Sometimes other toes come with. Just do your best. And then soften the big toes down. And then we're going to try and lift just the second toe up, like the pointer finger toe. If a bunch of toes come up, that's okay. Just do your best to try and isolate and relax down. Now just the middle toe. Breathing with it. And soften. Ring finger toe, if you can. And soften back down, and pinky toe. Mine don't lift at all. But just that attempt to try, again, we're building back strength in all those little muscles in the soles of the feet. So it doesn't actually matter if you can do it. Go ahead, soften back down. It just matters that you try, and that's what strengthens the feet. Once again, close the eyes, feel subtle weight shift left and right, front and back. And then opening the eyes, go ahead and step your right foot back, and we're going to come into warrior one pose. Feet line up heel to heel. The front knee is going to bend until you can just see the big toe. And then you're going to, again, ground through those four corners of your feet. Feel the feet engage. Feel the arches lift. Especially that back arch is the one that's always challenging. It wants to drop down. I think lift it up. And again, just like in mountain pose, feel all that strength work in the legs so that we don't need to work so hard in the arms and shoulders. Exhale, take the hands to the heart as you shift into warrior two pose. You're going to move through the feet so that now the feet line up heel to arch. You're going to still bend through the front knee until you can see the big toe and reach forward and back through the arms. Gazing beyond the front fingertips. Soften through the shoulders. Stay connected to the breath. Ground through those four corners. Lift through the arches. Exhale, take the hands back to the heart. It's okay if it takes a couple steps or one big step to come back up to mountain. And then taking the other side. Left foot steps back for Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Bend through the front knee till you can see the big toe. Reach through the arms. Wake up your feet. Ground through all four corners. Lift through the arches. Stay connected to the breath. Feel the strength of the legs. Take the effort out of your shoulders. Exhale, hands to the heart, and we'll move into warrior two. So realigning the feet, heel to arch, opening through the hips, and reaching through the arms. Once again, engage the four corners, lift through the arches. Feel how that engages all those deep muscles in the legs. Even the glute muscles will wake up if you lift your arches. Hi there. And you can lift your kitties too. And then again, one step or a couple steps, but inhale, come back to mountain. Once again, find your feet. Hip distance apart. Inhale, lift through the arms. Exhale, bend at the knees, at the hips, at the elbows, and we're going to come into Padangusthasana, big toe pose. So you're going to take your first two fingers, slide them in the little gap between the big toe and the second toe, wrap them around your big toes, and then wrap your thumbs around the nail beds of those two fingers. From there, knees are bent any amount to keep your back happy. You're going to give just a little bit of pull to the toes, like you pull them forward, and then slightly lift up. From there, soften through the head. Let the neck go. Just that gentle lift forward and up through the toes. Give them a little traction. Exhale to release and go ahead, come down to hands and knees. From here, we're going to take a nice deep stretch for the plantar fascia, which is we're going to tuck the toes and sit back on the heels. From here, for some people, this is extremely uncomfortable right away. If it is, I always say, give it a breath and then give your body a break. Release the toes and just sit back. If you're like, oh no, it's a stretch, but I can handle it, just stay with your breath. Again, listen to your body. Don't push it past the point where it wants to go. But while we're here getting this stretch through the feet, we're going to also open the heart a little and stretch through the arms. So let's inhale, take the arms wide, bring left elbow under, right elbow over. Take the arms to eagle. So eagle can mean hands on the shoulders, back to back, palm to palm. Just feel that nice little stretch, lift through the elbows, stay connected to the breath. Again, untuck the toes any point you need to. Exhale, gently release. Let's all untuck just for a breath. Sit back, let the legs relax. And then as you're ready, we'll take it again. Lifting, tuck the toes, sitting back. We'll inhale, take the arms wide. And this time, right elbow under. Wrap the arms, hands to the shoulders, back to back, palm to palm. Whatever's comfortable. Breathing into that space in between your shoulder blades. And exhale, release the arms, release the feet. And sit back into child's pose. Let the hips relax back, let your body relax down. And then from here, as you're ready, we can roll onto our backs to come into Shavasana, into our final relaxation pose. Now when I'm focusing on the feet, I often like to take legs up the wall or legs up the chair for Shavasana. So legs up the chair would be if you've got a couch or a chair handy, you just come sideways to it, roll back, and let the legs rest right up on the chair or the couch, whatever you got. If it's legs up the wall, same idea. You scoot up towards the wall, profile to the wall, and swing around. If neither of these are comfortable options or accessible options for you, just lay on your back, let your legs relax. You can always tuck a pillow or something under your knees for support. And go ahead, wherever you're at, close your eyes, let your body rest down. If you're in legs up the wall or legs up the chair, couch, whatever you got, just feel your feet soften as gravity kind of allows the energy to drain out of the feet. Whatever position you're in, allow your body to melt a little bit more, softening through the soles of the feet, the palms of the hands. Again, thinking of all of the work that our feet and our ankles do every day. And maybe sending a little bit of gratitude to our feet for holding us up, for moving us forward. You might think of something nice you can do back for your feet, like after this yoga practice, maybe soak them in some warm Epsom salts. Rub them in lotion, get a pedicure, foot massage, all that good stuff. Or just send them some love. You can stay here in Shavasana as long as you want. Feel free to pause the video. Allowing the body, the breath, and the mind to slow down. But whenever you're ready to come out, you can just gently wiggle fingers and toes, little circles for the ankles and the wrists. And slowly stretch or move in any way that feels good. As you're ready, taking the knees in. You can gently roll to one side, resting on your side for a few breaths. Especially if you were in legs up the wall or legs up the chair, spend a couple breaths on your side. Just give your body time to readjust. And then as you're ready, coming back to seated. And as you come back to sit, comfortable seated pose, whatever it is for you. Balancing your heart over your hips, your head over your heart. Close the eyes, grow tall. Softening through the feet. And once again, send a little gratitude to your feet for everything they do for you. On an inhale, let your hands float up overhead, palms come together. Exhale, slowly bring the thumbs to the forehead for peaceful thoughts, to the mouth for peaceful words, and to the heart for peaceful action. Om Shanti, Namaste. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope your feet feel fantastic. And yeah, keep staying tuned to my YouTube page for more videos, and I will keep bringing them to you. And thanks again to Dave for this suggestion. It was a great suggestion, and I hope you especially enjoy the video. Thanks so much. Namaste.